Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'll be talking about the most common question that's going around at least this past week or by next week too, which is the most common question that's been asking in my chat and a lot of other places including Reddit and all that, which is coming back to TNL in 2025 by saying September, which is the upcoming Hyperboost that's gonna come up. A lot of people are asking these questions and a lot of people are hearing about this Hyperboost, like, oh, what is Hyperboost? It's a feature or a server that's gonna be making old players or previous players or new players, basically people who are behind, they want to put them, they want to kind of like boost them, so they're pretty much are gonna be able to play in the same playing field. That's the general gist of Hyperboost. That's basically it. And a lot of people are kind of asking, oh, so when is the best time to play it? How am I gonna play it with the most optimal way? And things like that. So to answer your question, the most optimal way and the most fun way are gonna be two different answers. Because the most optimal way is to just use your old account, previous account, because there's gonna be Hyperboost that's gonna be included in the original server. So if you're behind and you come back to the game, they will be giving you kind of like quote-unquote Hyperboost, which is they're gonna boost your like whatever you got, like your loot, your armor set. They're gonna be giving you traits and all that. They're gonna be giving you weapon masteries. I don't know the details on like what are they gonna be giving, but pretty much they're gonna be increasing your gear score up towards 6500. So that's just the general gist of quote-unquote Hyperboost that's coming up, including in the game. At least that's what they were like discussing in the video. But in my opinion, if you're a returning player and you think that you already fall behind pretty bad anyway, I would say to the best experience that you're gonna be having in this game is to play the Hyperboost servers. So in the Hyperboost servers, what's gonna happen is every time it's gonna be like a whole new server. So if you already have like a main account, you have your alt slot open, you want to choose to be participating. Actually no, you need to delete your alt account and then you need to use this character slot in order to make a new character for Hyperboost. So that's essentially what's going to be happening for Hyperboost. That's how you're going to do it. The good thing about doing this, even though it's not the most optimal way, quote unquote, but it is the most fun way to play the game, because every single player in that server are going to be like, it's a fresh server. It's going to be like a day one experience of like playing TNL again back in October. People are going to be like rushing for like main quests. People are gonna try to finish it and they're just gonna try to catch up to the most current content that we have on the original server. But a lot of characters from like every single characters can't transfer in there, so it's an exclusive server just for Hyperboost players. So it's essentially what's gonna be happening in there. It's gonna have its own ecosystem. It's basically a day zero kind of gameplay experience, which is always the most fun, I would say, in MMO. If you play an MMO, it's always most fun to be like progressing with the crowd, that kind of thing. If you're like too far behind, it's kind of not fun to like catch up anymore, because like everyone is so far ahead of you and they keep on progressing further and further. But then if you start from everyone start from like a same line basically, even if they have a lot more knowledge than you are, but there's a lot of guides on like how to build your gear and all that. So I'm pretty sure I'll be putting mine too for Gladiator in a bit, but I need to see like what does Hyperboost give you. Like especially they're saying that once you finish your adventure codex and your growth mission, you're going to be getting a lot of gear score, and based on that I want to know what is the current build. Like what is that current gear that they're going to be giving us upwards to that point? Like what is the traits going to be? What is the gear availability? And how bad is it? Like how do we like keep on like grinding and all that? But yeah, so that's the gist of it. In short, you just want to do for the best experience for Hyperboost, you want to make a new character because you're going to be progressing together with everyone. But if you want to do the most optimal way is to just play with your current character. And another question that a lot of people have been asking is that when do I start? Like to answer that question, to be honest, I don't really know. Like I don't know if you decided to like, let's say like for example my alt, let's say if I'm already like 109 days ago logged in, and then if I logged in, it's gonna mess up like something along the side that it's gonna give me like Hyperboost, quote unquote boost or not, because like my main character shouldn't get a Hyperboost boost, right? Like my main character is actively playing. There's no point for them to give this character a Hyperboost. I don't think they should, but they were saying it's something around the line of adventure codex and growth missions. That's what I heard, but again, I'm not sure. So to answer your question for that, I don't really know like when is the best time to play it. But my most optimal good playing experience that I would be saying for returning players is to hop in your account. Don't care about the Hyperboost boost. Just grind loosen your main account right now. We still have like maybe 3 weeks before, no, 2 weeks before the launch of the update. So just grind loosen in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Do some normal raids. Get carried in normal raids. Make sure you learn the mech before you get carried though, or else you're gonna get wiped all the time. Set your legendary traits. If you got lucky, you're good. Just basically treat your main account as your alt, and then make a new character that's gonna be your main character on Hyperboost. That's in my opinion, that's the most optimal way to play it. That's the most fun that you'll be doing it, because right now when you make Lucent is always gonna get carried over anyway. Like there's no such thing as bad Lucent hoarding. It's always gonna be good. They're not gonna power crap Lucent or things like that. But yeah, the value of Lucent always is good. So that's my opinion to answering this question on Reddit too. That's what basically, but this is like a lot of situations that people are going to be having. They played in early 2025, but then they took a break. They still have T1 gears. In my opinion, if what you want to do, it's that. But yeah, if you got any other question regarding Hyperboost and all that, I'm live on Twitch. So just hop in there, say hi in chat, and ask me the questions. I'll be happy to answer. But yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe. If you like, if you enjoyed this kind of video, like the video. I'll maybe post a guide for Hyperboost, a guide for like early progression and all that. But again, I can't really make the video because they're not just releasing Hyperboost, they're also releasing T3. So I don't know what is the extent of the Hyperboost, and in my opinion, that's just how I see it. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.